Hello Susan. So you had a tour of the Shivananda Ashram. I guess you have done a thorough job of your ashram visit. Tell me, what all have you seen? I am sure you must have gone up and seen the temple and Holy Master's last resting place, the sacred Samadhi. And did you visit the library and also the first prayer hall that was built in 1942? It has those beautiful life-size images of Divine Mother, Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and Mother Durga, the Mahishasura-Mardini. It's sculpted by a German girl who came when she was a student at school and then joined the ashram and now lives as a nun somewhere around about Rishikesh. Well, did you go to the academy? I guess you must have. Oh yes, that's right. Susan must have taken you around, because she is quite familiar with the entire ashram, the press and the dining hall and the kitchen complex and the library and then the academy building and the temple of Mother Durga, residential quarters, and then the hospital downstairs and the post office and the Ayurvedic pharmacy, and of course, most important of all, the holy kutir in which our master, beloved and worshipful Gurudev Swami Chidananda lived all his life and attained his eternal rest on 14th of July 1963. You know what? That kutir in which he lived on the banks of the sacred Ganga has been left as it used to be during his own lifetime. It is untouched. Everything is as it was when he actually lived in it. His bedroom and the little picture of Lord Krishna he used to worship, and then his writing table with the manuscripts, books in which he wrote his original manuscripts in beautiful handwriting in English, and then the chair where he used to sit and meet visitors in the outside covered veranda. Everything is there because it is sanctified ground for us, and to his large number of disciples and followers and devotees, it is a place of pilgrimage almost, a hallowed spot. And therefore, it is to this day a place where people come with great devotion and sit quietly, silently and meditate for some time, feel his presence, and then go spiritually refreshed and recharged. It is an important part of the ashram, the holy kutir in which Master lived and silently worked to bring about a worldwide spiritual awakening and ethical awareness. This he did from this little basement room. Well, I congratulate you in having made this little film. You will be able to present this to your friends and yoga circles in the States when you go back. I am sure it will be appreciated, and also it will serve to give a fair idea of what the ashram is and what activities go on there, the ashram being the headquarters of the Divine Life Society, the spiritual organization Gurudev established way back in 1936. It has completed its half a century. So it will give a fair idea to those who have never been to India and those who have not visited the ashram I'm sure they'll feel very much gratified that if they could not come to India and Rishikesh and the holy Ganga and this sacred hermitage, you are bringing to them India and Rishikesh and the holy Ganga and Master's sacred hermitage. I am very happy for that. You have done a great service to sincere seeking souls over there. Well, now, after all, I am sure you would like to have a little idea of what Gurudev lived and taught. He taught simply in his own simple terminology how to make your life sublime. He taught how a human individual should not be satisfied merely by living a life of eating, drinking, sleeping, dressing, working, earning a little, spending, and having a comfortable time and dying away. No, life is evaluated in terms of what you have been able to do to others during your life, with your life, and with your thoughts and actions and words. And life is evaluated in the amount of happiness you have been able to bring into the lives of others, how you have been able to benefit life around you, how much useful you have been to God's creation and God's creatures. See, not only humanity, even animals and all creatures, great and small, because God made them all, as you know, and even plant life. Even trees and plants, your entire natural environment is your kin. You have kinship with all the whole universe. And to the extent you have been able to live your life to benefit life around you, well, that's what makes life valuable and worth having lived. And so, Holy Master Shivananda taught man how to be an ideal human individual, how to make oneself a center of goodness to others, a center of love and service unto others, and a center of happiness to those who are happy, and a center of solace and encouragement and hope to those who are in distress. That was his concept of the life sublime, noble life. And two, he did want that life should be lived for fulfilling an ethical ideal, to be an embodiment of morality and ethics, and life also is to be lived to attain divine experience, to attain the awareness of who you essentially are. You are not merely a physical, biological creature. You are not even merely a psychological, thinking, feeling, reasoning human being. Far beyond, above that, you are essentially a radiant ray of divinity. This is the central message of the Holy Master Shivananda, because you are a child of God whom you address as our Father in heaven. So if He is your Father and parent, cosmic divine parent, you, His child, also have got to be divine and nothing else but divine. And divinity implies all the attributes of God: purity, holiness, compassion, kindness, goodness, love, sympathy, harmony, unity, beauty and auspiciousness, nothing negative, all positive, peace, joy. This is what God stands for. And so if you are a child of God, you have to live your life to bring out this divinity, to awaken this slumbering divinity within you, to unfold it and develop it through adequate means, by plugging in, becoming connected with God, so that His divinity flows into you, so that you become filled with godly qualities. And through your thoughts and feelings and through your speech and through your daily activities, you manifest this divinity, so that you become a center of harmony, center of love, center of unity and center of goodness. See, wherever you go, you become the peacemaker, you become the harmonizer, you become a solution to man's vexing problems instead of adding to problems, thus radiating divinity through all actions, all moments of your life, mental, verbal, physical. You become a center of inspiration. And society, contemporary society, benefits by your very presence in it. It becomes, the standard of life becomes uplifted. The social stream becomes purified for your having joined your life stream into the social flow. And that's Gurudev's central message. You are divine, therefore be divine. Think divinely. Speak and act divinely. Make your whole life shine with the quality of divinity. Manifest truthfulness in your life. Manifest purity in thought, word, and deed. Manifest love and compassion and kindness towards all creatures. And be selfless and serve others. And never forget your cosmic source and origin, that is universal being God. Be grateful to Him and with devotion pray and adore the Supreme Being every day, morning and evening, and ceaselessly remembering even in the midst of activities. And live a life of gradual ascent towards the Supreme Reality called God, who is existence, consciousness, bliss. And that can be done only through spiritual discipline, control of the senses, conquest of the mind, subduing the restlessness of the thoughts, concentrating and meditating upon the Supreme Being. Meditation is the key to blessedness. And ultimately realize the great reality that I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not these senses. I am beyond body, mind, intellect, and this little human ego. I am immortal self. I am an eternal wave upon the infinite ocean of divinity that God is. I am a radiant ray of the light of lights beyond all darkness that God is. That is the divine life. So he summed it up in 7 words: truthfulness, kindness and compassion towards all, purity in life and character and conduct, and then truthfulness, compassion and purity, and then selfless service, devout worship, regular daily meditation, and ceaseless inquiry into the nature of the reality, discrimination, inquiry, investigation, and realization of reality. So the crest of the society has the words serve, love, meditate, realize, standing for the 4 main yoga paths: the path of service, selfless service, path of devotion, path of meditation, path of philosophy, the intellectual path of inquiry and reasoning. And the basis of all this was a life totally wedded to purity, truthfulness, kindness and compassion. This sums up Master's message for modern mankind, divine life. I am very happy that you are giving me this opportunity to conclude your little survey and tour of the Divine Life Society headquarters in Shivananda Ashram by putting before you in brief summary the central message and teachings of Master for mankind in this modern world and for coming generations into the future as well. For divine life message is a universal message. Its applicability is universal and is for all times. Its validity is timeless because it contains the quintessence of the message of all the great prophets and messengers of God. It contains the quintessence, central message of all the great living religions and their scriptures. divine life. Swami Chidananda gave to the world divine life through the Divine Life Society and his voluminous spiritual, divine life, spiritual literature. Thank you, and God bless you for your good work, and may God bless, shower grace upon all the viewers of this nice little video tape, this little film. Let us close with Holy Master Shivanandaji's universal prayer. Adorable Lord of mercy and love, salutations and prostrations unto Thee. Thou art omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. Thou art Satchitananda, existence, consciousness and bliss absolute. Thou art the indweller of all beings. Grant us an understanding heart, equal vision, balanced mind, faith, devotion and wisdom. Grant us inner spiritual strength to resist temptations and to control the mind. Free us from egoism, lust, greed, hatred, anger and jealousy. Fill our heart with divine virtues. Let us behold Thee in all these names and forms. Let us serve Thee in all these names and forms. Let us ever remember Thee. Let us ever sing Thy glories. Let Thy name be ever upon our lips. Let us abide in Thee forever and ever. Let us abide in Thee forever and ever. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto all beings in this universe, and peace be unto you all. God bless you.